We start tonight at 5 with Indiana Republicans who once again now are considering redistricting after a visit here to Indianapolis from the Vice President.
Vice President JD Vance. It is his second trip to Indy in 2 months to discuss the push to redraw the state's congressional maps. Jenna Webster has been on this story for us outside of the State House today with a look at what she's learned about the meeting. Can you share, Jenna?
Well, yeah, Felicia, at this point, Republican lawmakers are being very tight-lipped about what, actually was discussed in that meeting today. We do know that it was redistricting. They have acknowledged that, but what JD Vance was talking about with lawmakers, they just really haven't given us that information at this point. We do know that the Vice President met with Governor Braun. He met with Republicans in the House and the Senate. The House Speaker releasing a statement thanking Vance for coming and talking with the caucus today. And he called it that he was able to facilitate an open dialogue on this important topic. He called it a productive conversation where Vance was able to answer questions from lawmakers. And he says, quote, "We'll keep discussing within our caucus and with the Hoosiers we represent as we come to a decision soon." Governor Braun, meanwhile, after meeting with JD Vance, called it a thoughtful discussion, and he talked about the importance of ensuring fair representation for every Hoosier. Again, this is JD Vance's second trip to Indy in just 2 months, just after a couple weeks after his first visit. Republican lawmakers also went to the White House. He was here for around 3 hours today, arriving at the State Library around 10:30. So with this idea that maybe they're trying to put some pressure on Republican lawmakers to come to a decision on redrawing the maps, how this might influence that, we really just don't know at this point. Governor Braun has said he wants it to be at a point where Republican lawmakers feel comfortable with calling a special session, which he says could happen anytime between November and early next year. So really just kind of in a holding pattern, waiting to see what happens next, guys.
All right, Jenna Webster reporting live for us tonight. Thank you so much.